One night, after an exclusive gala, he took her hand and whispered, "Nadia, I see your strength. But let me remind you that you don't have to be strong alone. For the first time in years." She let someone in. Her stomach twisted, but she reminded herself she no longer cared about Leon. Did she? With a deep breath, she turned off her phone and walked into Daniel's arms. One night, after another argument about money, Serena screamed, "I ruined my life for you, Leon. You were supposed to be my prince, or not another child I have to take care of." Leon, holding a bottle of cheap beer, laughed bitterly. "Oh, so now I'm the problem? You were the one so desperate to steal me from Nadia." Serena's face twisted with anger. "You wanted me too. Don't act like I forced you." He stood, towering over her. "Maybe I did, but I never respected you the way I respected her." The words hit like a slap. Tears burned in her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. "Get out," she hissed. "Go find another woman to leech off." The weeks following Nadia's dramatic exit were nothing short of chaotic. News of the scandal spread like wildfire. Family members, mutual friends, and even colleagues took sides. Some pitied Leon, calling it an unfortunate mistake. Others rallied behind Nadia, praising her strength. But the truth, Nadia didn't care about anyone's opinions. She had one goal: to rebuild her life from the ashes of betrayal. Leon had been living in a fantasy, believing that he could keep both his marriage and his affair without consequences. But reality hit him like a freight train when he received the divorce papers. The lawyer's letter was clear. He was entitled to nothing from Nadia's assets. The house, the cars, and even his personal bank account had been sustained by her own money. The twins? They weren't legally his responsibility. Serena was on her own. His world came crashing down. With no financial backing, Leon was forced to leave the house. Within days, he and Serena had moved into her mother's tiny two-bedroom apartment. The once charming, smooth-talking man who had lived in luxury was now struggling to even pay for diapers. The worst part? Serena's love for him was fading fast. One night, as he returned home from a failed job interview, he overheard her on the phone. "I thought he was going to provide for us, Mom. He can't even afford groceries. I made a mistake." Leon clenched his fists. The woman he had betrayed his wife for was already regretting him. Meanwhile, Nadia was thriving. She rented a sleek new apartment in the city, overlooking the skyline. With no husband weighing her down, she focused on her career. Within a month, she'd landed a high-paying promotion at her firm. Her boss had always seen her potential, and now that she wasn't distracted by Leon's problems, she excelled. But success wasn't enough. She needed closure. One evening, she received a text from an unknown number. "Leon, we need to talk, please, Nadia. I made a mistake." She stared at the message for a long moment before smirking. He finally realized what he lost. She ignored the message, but Leon wasn't done yet. A few days later, she walked into her office to find him waiting in the lobby. Security had already been called, but he looked desperate. "Nadia, please," he pleaded. "Just hear me out." She sighed. She had already won, but a part of her wanted to see him squirm. She led him to a private conference room. Leon ran a hand through his now disheveled hair. He looked nothing like the confident man she had once loved. "I messed up," he admitted. I don't know what I thought. But I love you, Nadia. I always have." She raised an eyebrow. "You love me? While you were building a family with her. He exhaled sharply. "It wasn't love. It was a mistake. I wasn't thinking. I got caught up in the moment, and before I knew it, everything spiraled out of control." Nadia folded her arms. "And what do you want from me now, Leon?" He hesitated. "A second chance." A laugh bubbled from her throat. "A second chance? Are you joking?" "I'll do anything," he begged. "I can be better. We can fix this." She leaned forward, her voice dripping with amusement. "Fix what? Exactly? The fact that you chose my best friend over me? That you built a whole new life while I was lying in a hospital bed? That you only regret it now because you lost everything?" Leon's lips parted, but no words came out. Nadia stood, grabbing her purse. "You and Serena deserve each other. I hope she enjoys supporting you because I never will again." As she walked to the door, she turned one last time. "Oh, and Leon," she smirked, "tell Serena I'll be attending the next company gala with my new man." His face fell. She left him sitting there, a broken man. That night, she attended an exclusive charity event. As she sipped champagne, she felt truly free. For the first time in years, a deep voice interrupted her thoughts. "Mind if I join you?" She turned to see Daniel, a powerful businessman she had met months ago. He had always been interested in her, but she had been too wrapped up in Leon's chaos to notice. She smiled. "I'd love that." And as the night went on, one thing became clear. Leon was her past. Her future was just beginning. Serena had once believed she had won. She had the man she had always wanted, the father of her children, and the admiration of their family. But reality hit her hard. With Leon unemployed and struggling, the financial burden of raising twins fell entirely on her. At first, she tried to stay strong, but the stress became unbearable. Diapers, formula, baby clothes. Everything cost money she didn't have. Her mother, once supportive, grew tired of housing them. Leon, the charming man she had fallen for, became irritable and distant. One night, after another argument about money, Serena screamed, "I ruined my life for you, Leon. You were supposed to be my prince, or not another child I have to take care of." Leon, holding a bottle of cheap beer, laughed bitterly. "Oh, so now I'm the problem? You were the one so desperate to steal me from Nadia." Serena's face twisted with anger. "You wanted me too. Don't act like I forced you." He stood, towering over her. "Maybe I did, but I never respected you the way I respected her." The words hit like a slap. Tears burned in her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. "Get out," she hissed. "Go find another woman to leech off." Leon chuckled. "Good luck raising Nailorbo twins alone." As he walked out the door, Serena realized the truth. She had destroyed her friendship, her reputation, and her life. For nothing. After leaving Serena, Leon had nowhere to go. Nadia had cut him off completely, and his mother refused to take him in, furious over how he had embarrassed the family. His phone buzzed, a message from his old friend, Kevin. "Kevin, heard you're struggling. Need a job?" Leon swallowed his pride and replied. Within a week, he was working a construction job, a far cry from his former luxury lifestyle. With every heavy lift and every drop of sweat, he regretted everything. While Serena and Leon crumbled, Nadia thrived. Her career was soaring, and with her newfound independence, she rediscovered herself. She started working out, her body stronger than ever. She traveled to Ghana, South Africa, and Dubai, places she had only dreamed of. She found peace, away from betrayal, away from heartbreak. And then there was Daniel. Daniel wasn't just wealthy. He was kind, ambitious, and respected her. One night, after an exclusive gala, he took her hand and whispered, "Nadia, I see your strength. But let me remind you that you don't have to be strong alone." For the first time in years, she let someone in. One evening, Nadia was leaving a high-end restaurant when she spotted Serena. She looked exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, pushing a stroller with her twins. The confident, beautiful woman who had once stolen her husband was now a shadow of herself. Their eyes met. For a brief moment, Serena looked hopeful, as if she wanted to say something. But Nadia? She simply smiled and walked past. No words needed. Serena had already lost everything. Months later, Nadia sat on a private beach, watching the sunset with Daniel. He held her close, whispering, "I want to build a future with you." She smiled. "For the first time in my life, I know I deserve it." As for Leon and Serena, Leon worked long shifts, barely making ends meet, his charm useless in a world that required actual hard work. Serena lived with her mother, struggling as a single mom, the weight of her choices heavier than ever. Nadia never sought revenge. Success was enough. She had won, and they had lost everything. Nadia thought she had closed that chapter of her life, but fate had one last surprise in store. One evening, as she prepared for a weekend getaway with Daniel, her phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Please, Nadia, I need your help." She frowned. The number looked familiar. Then it hit her. Serena. Nadia almost deleted the message, but something made her pause. Curiosity, maybe, or pity. After a long hesitation, she typed back, "Why would I ever help you?" The reply came instantly. "Because it's about Leon." Her stomach twisted, but she reminded herself she no longer cared about Leon. Did she? With a deep breath, she turned off her phone and walked into Daniel's arms. Across the city, Serena sat in a dimly lit apartment, staring at her screen. Nadia hadn't responded. Her heart sank. She looked over at the twins sleeping on the mattress beside her. She had lost everything, her house, her savings, and now, her safety. Because Leon, he wasn't just struggling anymore. He was dangerous. Serena knew she had made mistakes, but she never expected Leon to become a threat. He was unpredictable, angry, desperate, and blaming everyone but himself. She thought of Nadia, the only person who had ever truly stood up to Leon and won. Serena had betrayed her, but now she needed Nadia more than ever, and if Nadia didn't help, someone might die. Does Nadia ignore the warning, or does she step back into the chaos?